BTN Sports. This is Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Welcome into Bobcat Insider, our first episode on the CW, which will be your home for Bobcat football. And as we turn the page to Week 4, Big Sky play, we've got to talk about Week 3. Ashley Washburn alongside Keaton Galogly. What did you see in Portland in that loss against Oregon State?
Well, first of all, I saw a really good Oregon State team. You know, when this game got booked, this is not what Oregon State was. But we did see some positives, and I thought the offensive line really showed out in this game.
Absolutely, and we've also got to talk about special teams because they're looking real special. Marquis Johnson with the 98-yard touchdown return. We actually have the call. Here it is.
Here's the kickoff from Oregon State, booted away down the left hash mark. Marquis Johnson there, a step in front of the goal line, makes the catch, running along the right hash, cuts back left to the middle of the field. He's got a blocker outside the hash marks across the 30. He's up to the 50-yard line along the left sideline, makes a man miss. Johnson inside the 20. Marquis Johnson, 99 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown, MSU.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen. And we are in Week 4 as we get set for Big Sky play. But before we get into the matchup with Eastern Washington, let's talk a little bit about this Oregon State game. And Coach, one of the highlights was Marquis Johnson, 98 yards for a kick return for a touchdown. That's 2 straight weeks with returns for touchdowns for you guys. Where do you feel like your special teams game is right now compared to last year?
Well, I think on the return side, getting two scores, you know, we didn't get that done last year. I think we were close a couple times, but in Taco and Marquis returning our punts and our kickoffs, I think we have guys that have the ability to make something happen, you know, and it doesn't need to be blocked up perfectly, but we are working real hard to block these plays up too. So, like we're on the return game, obviously the coverage game wasn't exactly where we needed to be on Saturday, and we need to improve there.
Overall, in this Oregon State game, what do you feel like you really learned about your team?
Well, I think it gives you a barometer of where we're at against a really good team, and we had a lot of work to do, honestly. But I thought our effort was great. Our guys ultimately continued to play, you know. But I think it did open our eyes to just, you know, against a good team, you got to be extremely focused. One play, next play. I think we let a few plays linger too often, you know, and compounded the fact. And I think we're, you know, 2-1 sitting in the non-conference. I think we're in a good place, but we gotta flip that switch as we head into Eastern Washington.
The other guy I want to ask you about is wide receiver Ravi Alston. We're going to hear from Ashley Washburn in a moment about him and his story, but he's a guy who came out of a Division III school in Minnesota by way of Southern California, and his numbers were absurd while he was at the D3 level. Now he gets one final year here in Bozeman. First of all, I mean, how did you guys actually get this kid here into Bozeman?
Yeah, his offensive coordinator, receivers coach at St. John's, is a guy that played for us at North Dakota State. I got an email at the end of December, caught my eye, just the day of a receiver that was looking to go somewhere his last year. He was really, from a school perspective, out of time at St. John's, but had this one additional year. And talked to that coach, Cole Heckendorf's his name, and Cole said, no, he's capable of playing at a higher level. And we moved real fast on it. I think it helped that Cole was kind of in between us, where there was a trust built pretty quickly, and we couldn't be more happy to have Robbie here.
I mean, what was it like seeing his tape for the first time? I mean, this is a 6'4" kid playing at the D3 level, and I mean, he looks the part here at the Division I level in his only year in Bozeman. So, what were your reactions when you first saw him on tape?
No, he was very productive. You know, you look at his stats for one thing, but very productive, and you know, guys at that Division III level can play up. There's no question about it. He found his way there because he was undersized out of high school. You know, he really dominated at that level, and to move up, that has to be kind of the way it must look, and it did when we watched it. And you know, his size and his ability to you know, just make adjustments on the football was evident at St. John's, and it's been evident in a few weeks here.
No doubt. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we'll have the opportunity to hear from Ravi Alston as Ashley Washburn sits down with him for the next edition of The Final Drive. And a little bit later, we'll also get into the matchup with Montana State and Eastern Washington coming up on Saturday at 2 o'clock on the Bobcat Insider.
Take coverage of the Cats with you. Download our app for your favorite mobile device today. Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Hey yo, run it up, 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 on another run it up, 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 on another run it up.
Ravi, I think a welcome to Bobcat Stadium is necessary. What was it about this program that made you say, I want to spend my last year of eligibility here?
Man, well, obviously, you know, the national championship run had like a big thing to do with that as far as my decision to come here. But coming out of high school, you know, not a lot of college wanted me, you know, a little kind of underdog role, had no offers, no stars, anything like that. So I always want to go to a place where I'm wanted. And I felt like Montana State actually, you know, really wanted me and needed me. So, and I felt like it was a perfect fit. So, yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Well, kind of bouncing off of that, for a lot of people that don't know your story, 0 offers out of high school, so you decided to go play to D3 in Minnesota and have kind of always been overlooked in your career. What has it been that's kept you going through the hard times?
Man, I mean, yeah, like going off that, just talking about like that underdog, kind of having that chip on my shoulder, that's a big thing. You know, coming out of high school, I played with a lot of big names. My guy, Khalil Shakir, just got drafted. A lot of D1 talent. Kyle Williams played at Arizona State. Dwayne Johnson played San Diego State. So a lot of big names. And, you know, I was can't forget about my guy, Javelin Guidry, playing for the Jets right now. So I was always around, you know, a lot of talent. And I felt like, I'm playing with these guys. You know, I may not be as good, but, you know, I'm playing with these guys. So I always thought to myself, you know, I'm just going to keep going, not going to let anything, just not going to be denied, you know. So when I got to St. John's, I just, like I mentioned earlier, just, you know, want to go somewhere where I was wanted and had a lot of success there. So when I started seeing I could, you know, perform, you know, just as good as I always have been, just kind of kept me going.
Well, I want to switch gears here a little bit because every athlete has kind of a who behind, you know, what they do. When you were 9, you had to deal with a loss that is unimaginable for any kid to have to go through, the passing of your father. Can you take me back to 2008?
Yeah, so 2008, that was actually the year we moved from Los Angeles to the Inland Empire in Lake Elsinore. And yeah, like the first couple months we were out there, my dad passed away, which was super hard. It was just, from that point on, just me and my mom. And we didn't have a lot of family out in the Inland Empire, just you know, my aunt and uncle and one of my cousins. So it was definitely a big transition. And, you know, I kind of look back and think like, yeah, my life could have gone like 2 different directions. Like I either could have became a problem child, you know, asking God, like, why me, why'd I have to lose my father? Or just kind of, you know, embrace it, be as strong as I can for my mom, and just continue to do what I believe my dad wanted for me. And that's just to strive and do the best I can in every area that I can, and be a leader to my peers. And that's what I did. That's the route I chose.
Well, I think that kind of leads into my next question. You know, for people that are sitting in the sidelines or up in the stands up here, they probably won't see the tape that's on your arm, but I do know that before every game you write your dad's birthday. What does that remind you of when you look at that on the sidelines? Yeah,
every game, yup. Just putting that on my wrist, just knowing like, yeah, my dad's with me every step of the way. So that's another like extra motivation just to keep going, you know, for him.
Absolutely. Now I want to ask, you know, is there anything that your dad taught you that has kind of stuck with you up to this point that you just kind of remind yourself of before every game, or just, you know, whenever you're going through something hard?
From him just being like just a leader, like stand-up guy, you know, like he was a war veteran. He fought in Desert Shield, Desert Storm in Iraq. And, you know, obviously that military background probably contributed to that, but just how he is, or how he was around his family, his friends, you know, his peers, you know, me, you know what I'm saying? And just always wanting, like, just bringing people together, and just being a role model. I kind of model myself after that, you know, and try to like uphold those type of qualities.
If there was anything that you could change about your story, would you, or are you happy with where it's brought you?
Honestly, like, I wouldn't change a thing, you know? Like, my decision going to St. John's was probably one of the best decisions I've ever had in my life, and obviously being here, super awesome. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
Now, it's crazy, but this is your first and last drive with Montana State. But when this clock hits 0 and you have your final drive, what do you want your legacy to be on this field?
Yeah, I just want to be remembered as a guy who just, you know, went hard, never quit, was a leader amongst his peers, and was just a big team guy. You know, always striving for success, willing to do anything to benefit the team.
One last season of eligibility to make an impression on people. What are your goals this fall?
I just want to just make a good name for myself, you know, the last ride and everything. But being here, I always felt like this place, like this is where I belong. This is my level. This is where I belong. So just make a name for myself.
And I know you've got a lot to prove, but you're hoping that this won't be your last fall before you have to hang up the cleats. What do you need to do to get to that point where you're playing football even after Bobcat football?
Just trust the process, trust my coaches, trust my ability, stay healthy. That's obviously a big thing. But and yeah, just do what I know that I can. Just make plays, you know, be a playmaker.
And when it is time to hang up the cleats, though, what's next for you after football?
So yeah, I'm not exactly quite sure yet, but I do have a big interest in like content creation. So I want to go ahead and get my master's in digital marketing, and just to gain those skills, just have them in my back pocket to apply them to, like, you know, anything I want to do, any business ventures in the future, things like that. You know, maybe help out some of my buddies at St. John's, get business off their feet. But yeah, not exactly sure, but just trying to gain more skills and just, you know, market myself.
Hey, we could use some of those skills in the studio. We'll have
Absolutely.
to bring you
Absolutely.
in. Well, I know you'll be able to accomplish anything that you put your mind to, so good luck this season, Robbie.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Run it up, 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 run it up on a night and run it up, 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 run it up on a night and run it up.
There's more coverage of the Bobcats online anytime at montanasports.com. Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside Ashley Washburn, and we're going to talk a little bit about Ravi Alston, another great piece on the final drive, Ashley. And boy, Ravi just seems like a kid who's so respectful, so nice, so mature. He really looks like a joy off the field.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that just, you know, those are the type of players Montana State really prides themselves in recruiting, and they did it again with Ravi Alston. He was such a pleasure to interview, but he was also just, he's so humble about his story. He hasn't had necessarily the easy stopping points to get where he is right now, but he's so thankful for it. I asked him, I was like, would you ever change anything about your story? And he said no, because this is the player that it's made me today.
I think the other interesting thing that we saw from Ravi Alston, and that is something we've heard from a lot of different guys, in that how impactful the run to the national championship game was last season. He mentioned it in this interview. How often are you hearing that when you're talking to these guys?
I think every FBS transfer, just any transfer that we've had this year, you know, it's such a saying that we keep hearing is, if you build it, they will come. And that's a prime example of this past offseason, just the number of transfers that came in, especially Ravi Alston with his D3 situation. I mean, you know, it's hard for him to make that step anyways and prove that he is a D1 player, but we've seen it in these first 3 games that he's, you know, he deserves to be on that starting offense.
Now, you mentioned some of the transfers from the FBS level, and 2 of them are in that wide receiver core, at least one of them, Cleveland Thomas Jr. from Kentucky. We talked about Ravi Alston. Of course, Willie Patterson is the guy who's been here since day one. When you look at this wide receiver core, it feels like they've got a lot left.
They're kind of a sleeping giant. I mean, I wouldn't say they haven't already proved what they can do. We're seeing them a lot in some sweep motion stuff because, you know, they're obviously down in some of that running back situation, but they call themselves Air Rock. And if you don't know what Air Rock is, they told me during the offseason that, you know, when the game is on the line, you've got a couple seconds left on the clock, and you're 40 yards deep from that goal line. Who are you tossing it to? You're tossing it to Air Rock, and we're going to make that play. And they're expecting to make those plays this season.
Yeah, I think they're going to have some big moments down the stretch of this season. All right, we're going to sit down with Brent Vigen when we get back, and we're going to get ready for Week 4 and the opener of Big Sky play as Montana State travels to Eastern Washington. That game will kick at 2 o'clock on CBS. Back with more of Bobcat Insider after this.
Get social with Bobcat fans and follow MTN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
We're back on Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen, and we're getting ready for Big Sky play. Montana State making the trip to Eastern Washington on Saturday for a 2 o'clock kickoff. First of all, Coach, when you finally get into Big Sky play after all the non-conference games, what is the intensity like? Does it kind of take another step up with that type of familiarity?
Well, I think each week, as the games tack on, each game means a little bit more as you hope to build your record. I think the familiarity with our opponents as you get into Big Sky play, it makes the games. I don't know if they don't necessarily mean more, but you just know these teams more integrally, and that's important in football because you play once a week, and the more you know your opponent, I think the better you feel like you can go after them.
All right, well, let's talk about this Eastern Washington team a little bit. Eric Barriere, their quarterback, graduating after last year. So they're bringing in a sixth-year kid in Gunnar Talkington. He's a guy who was a walk-on. He's now a full scholarship player. What is his skill set?
Well, he's similar in stature to Barriere and doesn't have the experience. I know that. But, I think in 2 games, he's trying to play a game similar to Eric, meaning mobility is at a premium, quick release. So 2 games worth. The first game against Tennessee State, he's the offensive player of the week in the conference, 400-plus total yards. And the other game they played was against Oregon. Struggled a little bit more there, but I think he's got the potential to really build upon those early performances. And they're going to have to lean on him like they typically have with their quarterbacks to make plays, but they have good receivers to throw to, good backs to hand it off to, so it's not all on him at the same time.
On the defensive side, what are some of the skill sets and what are some of the guys that we should look out for?
Well, I think they've really built their team around speed in the back end, for one. Some guys to replace for sure, but I feel like they still have that team speed. And up front, they can be pretty disruptive. 55, Jerome in particular, is a guy that not only stood out these first couple of games, but I know we were well aware of last season as well. So while some faces have changed on the defensive side, still feel like they're an aggressive form of defense and they can really run around.
The other interesting aspect of this matchup is that Eastern Washington had a bye week this last week, so they're going to have 2 weeks to prepare for you. How much of that can be an advantage? I mean, for yourself, how would you use an extra bye week like that to get ready for a conference opponent?
Well, I think early in the season sometimes it wouldn't be as advantageous, but because we played them last year, because our systems are very similar, I think they can use it to their advantage to get that much more work in. And then additionally, you get a chance to heal up. That was a tough game for them against Oregon. You can heal up and you can get healthy, coupled with that extra few days of just learning more of the ins and outs of what we're doing.
How tough is it watching some of this tape, considering the fact that they had those 2 very different games, very close game in week 1 and obviously the matchup against Oregon. So, how do you feel after watching the tape through this last week?
Well, I think you're trying to add these 2 games on to what we could see from last year. Whether it was our game last year or several other games, I think there's a lot of good stuff for us to look at. You're plugging in new guys in some positions, and certainly the quarterback is a big part of that. But I think we have an opportunity to have a good feel for them based on a wealth of games as opposed to just what they play this year. But they're still a team in 22, I think, trying to find their way, much like we are. And I'm certain there's going to be some things on Saturday that they haven't maybe showed, and we're still in a position where that's maybe where we're at too. So, we got to be fundamentally sound. We got to be in the right places. We got to tackle well. We got to throw and catch the football when we get opportunities. Just areas of improvement from last week that need to show up no matter who we're playing.
All right, here we go, getting into Big Sky play. Appreciate the time today, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, we'll take a break. We're getting ready to roll for week 4, 2 o'clock, the kickoff between Montana State and Eastern Washington on Saturday. For head coach Brent Vigen, I'm Keaton Galogly, and when we get back, we'll be rejoined again by Ashley Washburn on Bobcat Insider.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
We're back one final time on Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside Ashley Washburn as we get set for week 4 in the opener of Big Sky play at Eastern Washington. So here we go, big game. We're through the non-conference. Everything ramps up when we get into Big Sky play. What are some of the things you're looking forward to on Saturday, Ashley?
Well, first one, this is your first time in the Inferno, so can't wait for you to see that red field. But right off the bat, we were talking about the secondary. Vigen felt they kind of played a little passive this past weekend. There were a lot of balls that didn't get past them, but there were a lot that got in front of them. So what I want to see right off the bat is them go after and make those plays, because kind of on an interesting point, Eastern Washington doesn't have any touchdowns on the ground, so they're going to be throwing the ball. That's kind of their forte in general for Eagles football. So I want to see a lot of plays made on that secondary.
Yeah, I think we have seen some question marks in the secondary. Brent Vigen has brought that up, and obviously there are some reinforcements coming. Rylan Ort will be back on October 1st, so there's really one more game here, and it does sound like they're starting to get a little bit healthier on the offensive side as well.
Absolutely. Well, we're hoping that Lane Sumner will be back in Week 5 as well as Titan Fleischman. Those are two guys hopefully will get back on offense next week. And so if we just want to talk about offense, I want to see them throw the ball more. I mean, we saw some glimpses of it in that Week 2 game. Obviously a different situation come Week 3. I felt Tommy got a little gun shy, as you said, with a couple of those interceptions. So I want him to see get his confidence back, which we all know he can throw the rock. We know he can run it too. So
it did kind of feel like we were reminded once again of how young Tommy Millott is.
He's so young. We got to remember that.
It's really easy to forget that after that magical run last year. He's still only in his second year. He's only had a couple of starts, but obviously the talent and the skill is there, and we have seen it continue to grow. But this was one of those ones where it did get a little bit up and down. And I can only imagine once that running game becomes a little bit more solidified as it gets healthier again, that's going to really help him boost his confidence.
Absolutely. And we're still going to see, both quarterbacks run the ball. Even Vigen said it in the pressers this week. Our two top running backs are our quarterbacks. So there's no doubt we're going to see both of them run the rock on Saturday.
But it's going to be a big game. And look, every year the same three goals are here for Montana State. That's beat the Grizz, win the Big Sky, win a national title, and all of that is on the line for Saturday.
I was going to say it all starts this Saturday in Week 4. You'll actually be able to watch it 2 p.m. kickoff on the Montana Television Network. It's going to be a fun one in Cheney.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, we will see you. That's it for Bobcat Insider. For King Globally, I'm Ashley Washburn. We'll see you on Saturday.